Hello, fans, and welcome to another one of Stroh's Crazy Adventures. Alright, so before we get into today's topic, I just want to give a good shout out to everybody for thank you for subscribing and leaving positive feedback on the comment section. And so, what I did for you guys is I put in you guys' favorites from your comments. I got the Darth Maul, the Sith Infiltrator, and well, my favorite guy is good old Stroll back there in the middle. And Tim, he keeps asking about um, white Darth Vader and the white prototype Boba Fett, and some other guys like the Boba Fett too. So, um, I think, just want to do a quick, oops, yeah, I got rocket firing things on this thing, and I just shot one off. Actually, it was more like a probe, I think. Oh, come on, please come apart, you little. There we go. And of course, it has two more rockets here. You have the lever right here, and you can shoot these rockets off. And he has the regular blasters there in the attack mode. And don't forget the. Boop. Okay, good. Anyway, so let's close this monster back up. Yeah, you guys really like this. I've been wanting this for like ever. I did hesitate because of the scale of it. If I remember correctly, a probe droid came out the back of this thing in the movie, and it is not to scale. And also, how is he going to fit his speeder bike in this little thing? But yeah, I do like it. Actually, this is a lot better scale for a one-person fighter with all the cool little tools that Darth Maul had. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, this is a little bit too small, but yeah, okay. For a one-man Sith fighting machine, I would say this scale is a little bit too small. Actually, the front is okay. Now, if you made this part a little bit larger, or like put a compartment here or something, or open this up. Well, let's look back inside again, and I don't think, actually, yeah, you can open up this tiny compartment here in the back. Oops, here in the back to bring out the probe droid. There's actually a little circular thing. I think even if Darth Maul even came out the back, if I remember correctly. All right, let's set this out aside, and we'll get ready for our introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing, slide in a tad bit closer, Lady Vader. Hopefully my lighting is okay, better. I give her a little better shine on her. Okay, so this took a while to make. Oops, come, stand. Alright, now, to get this figure created, I had to go through a few hoops, not too big or too bad, but yeah, some problems went through, of course. For instance, getting the legs and the body. Okay, oops, she doesn't want to stand on my stand. The legs came from an Ursela from a dang it, Indiana Jones movie, and I because it had the aviator flare pants here, if you could see pretty well. Hopefully, get the light in better. No, for me the light, it looks like garbage. Hang on. There we go. Okay, a little bit better. Alright, okay, now you can see the gloss in there. Well, let me put my fingers behind it so you can see it. It does have the flare, kind of like a good example. Krennic's flare. His is a little bit wider than hers, but of course, it's a female uniform. And and she does have the Darth Vader growing protector here, and that's actually glued on. And so these legs came from Ursela. I did have a problem with the legs to where they didn't bend 90 degrees, and I was trying to shave off a little bit. I shaved off a little bit too much on this knee, back knee part here. Anyway, and okay, of course I have an extra Darth Vader tunic to go over it, and this belt came from one of those Jedi chicks. Has a nice cool little pouch. I put a little bit of detail in there for the paint, for the metal parts. This part, the respirator, came from an extra female pilot that I had. So there's a bit difference because I did paint a little bit on it, and it looks a lot nicer. I just glued it onto the body. So, and the torso part is actually from Power of the Force Slave Leia, which you can see I went for the aspect for the armor before you guys blow up the boob armor comments. Yeah, I had to make something flare out because there's nothing else on the body to protect it. I did give a little bit of shoulder armor on it, but this a different kind of shoulder type. Now, note for self is before you start painting your figure, make sure you assemble the parts first because it's catastrophic. Yeah, I had a lot of issues. The paint was rubbing off, and some parts broke. So I'll get into that in a minute. Alright, now the upper arms, they came from a couple of Jedi chicks to give it the cloth look, and painted the armor to give it a little bit of look. I did do a little wear on it to give it somewhat good similarity to Darth Vader's armor, how he has some nicks in it and some fading, a lot of things on, just kind of similarity to make it look a lot cooler. And so anyway, okay, now the lower arms also came from the same chick figure here. Lower arms, the pilot things, because I wanted the gloves also, if you can notice the flare going out, and I wanted to give it a flare instead of a, well actually Darth Vader also has the flare going out too. So now to make it look really cool, now here's where things get really insane. Now the cape, I couldn't find a good cape because the cape that I think was it this figure or another one? Anyway, I stole from didn't actually fit into the neck hole, and it wouldn't fit over it or anything. So I took his cape and switched it out, and this cape actually holds a lot better. It does hinder his head movement, but not too bad, so I can still move it around. So anyway, and it fits a lot better. Now the opening, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal because it's supposed to hide the upgoing part of the boob armor into under like a chain, kind of like Darth Vader here has a chain around the neck to hold on to the cape onto. Now when I was putting the parts together, the upper arms went in alright. Okay, I did have a split, a chip open in the upper shoulder here. Had to glue that back down. But the biggest problem was putting the head on, and the upper back part exploded. Don't pay attention to that white patch. yeah, that caused chaos. So then I just completely super glued the top part. Now the head is super glued to the upper torso, and so there's no neck articulation, which I really don't need it. Generally, this figure is mostly for display, and and this particular head for Darth Vader is the smallest one that I could ever find, and it is pretty much, yeah, the crappiest one, but with the best features on it, like a good painting and the best sculpt. Anything less than is not acceptable for me by my standards. Now for the lightsaber, I just grabbed a Power of the Force Darth Vader lightsaber, whole black hilt. She deserves it, and yeah. So overall, cool. Now this part here, this patch, this is the cape is super glued to the back, so I have to. I'll get rid of that. Don't worry about it, and I will touch up the helmet again. It did have a shine. This figure originally was painted pink, but I botched the paint job so badly that I had to redo it, take off all the pink, and repaint it black, and it came out a lot better, even with the gloss actually, and yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. So this figure is not meant to be played with or run around and throw around and things like that, because it has a good tendency to break. So it's very fragile, because this upper torso and the bottom legs part are hard plastics, and it went together just barely without breaking. So a good plus on that one, and it holds together pretty well, so it's not falling apart, which is another good plus. Another thing I noticed also is that this lower tunic tends to make her ass hang out, because it's the Princess Leia. She has the arch in the back. It's a slave Leia one, and matching it up with the bum on the bottom part, yeah, kind of makes it look flare, but that's okay. That's why the cape is there, and you can also. I didn't hinder anything for the cape. You can fold it over backwards. Uh, there is no ball hinge shoulder. It's just a swivel up and down, which I can survive with. I'm not going to show you the ball hinge elbows, because the paint in the joint part is shown. It's still orange, and she does have the swivel at the forearms. So she does have some articulation. She will work. I could sit her down, but I don't want to. Not. I don't have a chair anyway. Well, hang on. Let me get a chair, and I'll sit her down for you. Hang on. All right, here we go. So I magically have a chair, and she will sit down. So don't worry about it, because these leg pieces will go over the flap. Just make sure you keep your thumb over it, and her legs will actually bend, and she does have some decent articulation, and she will sit down. So there she go. See, she's sitting. I know that the helmet looks a tad bit larger, but this is the smallest one I could find for a female body. There's nothing better than what I have. So, and I was still thinking about painting the eyes red to make it glow a little bit, but I think that's overdoing it. I think maybe going to keeping her in the dark and Vader style aspect, it would make it a little bit more mysterious. I do like this Vader, but his helmet is fucking lopsided. So if anybody has a Black Series Darth Vader, please send me the head. That's all I need. This one's fecked. Oh, going to get in frame. So anyway, okay. Fuck you, Vader. I like you, but you're cool. But your helmet's messed up. So she looks good. Okay, I glossed her up. The paint job is all done. It's all dry. So now, really only for references, she's majority supposed to be used for show, nothing else. Okay. Now, if you guys want to make your own figure, I recommend getting these parts. Some of them are a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but please trust me, it's worth it. If you can find something better, go ahead and do it. I recommend it. Soft goods, pink soft goods. That was the biggest problem I had for making a pink Lady Vader from what's it called? Darth Vader in Love. It's an old YouTube video, um, but I went to the aspects, started looking things online like sexy Vader, and a lot of people actually recommend women recommend wearing the black and their own versions of it. So this is my own version of it, and I'm kind of proud of it. If you guys like it, let me know, and I'll hang her in the back there with the other crew that you guys like so much. Alright, thank you for watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.